chair or a higher pillow or anything, or maybe just sitting in lotus position as it is now. So close your eyes and bring your awareness toward your breath. Breathing several times in and out and noticing how your flow of breath is. You can silently count to yourself the breath, and we can count, and I would actually, it's just 1 minute, and just see what the count of your breath is without ever. So let's begin now. Just do your counting with just the inhalations. Count the inhalations to see what your breath how much count it is. I will let you know when the 60 seconds are over, almost halfway through. Just observing your breath and counting the inhalations. 10 seconds to go. And then stop with your count. Mentally remembering what your count of breath is. We will do at the end of the session, we will do another count. I'm just going to give you an idea on how your nervous system is released, just doing practice of yoga. Ideally, the lower the count of the breath is, the more your nervous system is relaxed. And it's just an idea of self-assessment, or kind of noticing how your body system works or is. So now let's bring the left hand onto the navel and the right hand onto the heart center. Now physically just sense on the expansion and contraction of your abdomen muscles. And just noticing the flow. Noticing the warm hand touching the chest and the warm hand or your hand touching the abdomen. Lengthen your spine as you inhale and noticing how your abdominal is how the front of the body is lengthening some more. Tuck your chin in and bring your chin forward. And then find the space with your chin that feels most comfortable. And soften your shoulders more downward. And then tilt your right ear toward the right side. Bring your head back to the center. Tilt your left ear toward the left shoulder. And then bring your head back to the center, into a neutral position. Now turn your chin toward the right side, to the right shoulder. Then bring your chin back toward your sternum into a neutral position. Now turn your chin to the left side. And then bring your head back to the center. Now go into a rotation with the chest and go into a rotation with your hand on your belly. It can be synchronized or opposite way, whichever you feel more comfortable. Just go into a rotation, maybe go the opposite way. It's all okay. Just a movement of a circle. And then relax the movement. Place your hands onto your knees And just roll or open up your shoulder blades. And then inhaling, arching your back, bringing your shoulder blades together. Exhaling, rounding forward. And inhaling, bringing your shoulder blades together. And then soften the movement. So let's rub the palm of your hands vigorously together until it creates some warmth. And then place them 3 times over your eyes. And by the 3rd time you place your hands over your eyes, you're gonna open your eyes. And then just where your fingertips fall, just use your fingertips and just go a little bit in a circle with the fingertips. And then consciously bring your fingertips out to the side of the temple, from the outer side of the temple toward your jaw. And then from the jaw, go underneath your ear. We'll just go into a movement underneath your ear. And then take your fingertips behind your back, accusable, right where the accusable is. And then you can interlace it and then just go into a gentle rotation with your upper body. Shoulders to the right shoulder to the right side, left elbow or shoulder goes to the left side. It's a gentle rotation. And then come to a stop with your upper body. Straighten your arms, reaching and looking upward. Reaching upward. And then exhale, bring your hands down onto your knees and extend your legs out in front of you. If you're sitting on a blanket or pillow, remove it and shake your legs out a little bit. Now go into a rotation with your whole leg. So that means your foot is rotating outward, right and left one, and the knee is kind of moving out. And then bring your feet, cross your feet, so the whole leg turns inward, right and left one. So just go into a movement, right and left side. Breathing in and out. And then stop with the movement. Now curl your toes and extend your toes. Curling and extending without moving your ankles, just the toes are moving. And then stop with the movement. Let's bend both knees and take your right hand and let's bring your legs over to the left side. Use your right hand for support. Bend both knees over to the left. So your right hand is onto the floor. Place your left hand onto the right shoulder and then as you exhale, go into a rotation. So exhale and go really slow and just allow the rotation to happen in your upper thoracic area. Allow the head to roll with it. That means you can look over the left shoulder, look over the right shoulder as you turn to the right. Follow your inner guide. If that movement seems to be too much with your neck, just stay and just keep your chin in line with your sternum. Different ways of connecting with your body. Then come to a stop with the movement. Release your hand and just take a moment and try to get sit like that without your hand onto the floor. So we're trying to lengthen your spine, holding it. Now let's place your right hand back down onto the floor and extend your legs out. And then come into a forward fold. Gentle and slow forward fold. Breathing in and out. Soften your head downward. So lengthening the whole stretch. Allowing your hamstring to stretch a little bit more. And then slowly raise your torso up. Now place your left hand onto the floor and swing both of your legs over to the right side. Take your right hand onto your left shoulder and then go into the rotation to the left side and go slow movement again. Reaching forward, back, just getting to know your body system. If you want to, you can include your head more with the rotation. That means you take your head toward the right side, looking over the right shoulder, and then bringing your head back toward the left side. Or you may just keep your head in the movement keep maintaining the chin in line with your sternum. When you come into a neutral position, this would be the neutral position. Follow your inner guide. What feels right for your body? Just bringing in movement and fluidity. And then come to a stop with the movement. Release your hands and then lift your left arm away from the floor and take a moment and sit. Trying to sit with your spine elongate, as long as it's comfortable. Otherwise, you keep maintaining your hand using a block on the side or the support. Now straighten your leg again and then come into a forward fold again. You may soften your head downward toward your legs. Breathe in and out. Allow yourself to get into a gentle stretch of your back leg and your back, the whole back. And then slowly raise your torso up. Coming onto all fours, so place your hand to the left side of your body and then bend your knee and then come onto all fours. Then round your spine and arch your spine. As you make this movement, just synchronize your breath with the movement and be open-minded. Keep your open mind on the sensation and fluid and movement. And then come to a stop with the movement. Turn your head to the right side. And as you turn your head to the right side, feel an opening on the left and a contraction on the right obliques. Just open up the left side. Then come back to the center. Breathe in and out. And as you breathe in and out, adjust your fingers so your fingers are really widespread and allow your elbows to stay straight. Now look over to the left side and feel the opening on the right side of the body, the right waist, and notice a contraction on the left obliques. And it's not just the side of the body that you may feel it, you may feel it even in your back. And then slowly come back to the center. Again, look at your fingers and then just raise your thumb off the floor. Then raise your index finger off the floor. Then your middle finger off the floor. Then your ring finger off the floor. And then your little finger off the floor. And then stop with the movement. Put more weight onto your wrist. And then put more weight onto your knees. Just a little bit. And then come back into a neutral position so the weight is evenly between your wrist and your knees. Turn your toes under And then go back again, putting more weight onto your knees. Stretching a little bit more the tendons in your foot, perhaps. And then come back to a neutral position. Flatten your feet. Breathe in and out, and as you do that, open the shoulders wide. And then move your right knee out to the side. Now movement would be extending and bending your knee, or you can hold it steady. So follow your inner teacher, your inner guide, what feels right. And then bring your knee back down onto the floor. And then put a little bit more weight onto your knees. And then come back to the center again. Now prepare to lift your left knee out to the side. And again, you can straighten your knee or bend your knee. So follow your inner guide on that left side again. Just bring in slow movements. And then bring your knee back down onto the floor. Curl your toes under and then shift your hip further down toward your heels. Getting a slight stretch in the soles of your feet, big toe. Then slowly come back onto all fours. Now lift your hip up toward the sky and go into downward dog. As you're in downward dog, create some playfulness by moving your heels up and down. And then slowly walk with your feet towards your hands, just within your comfort zone. And then as you walk further, keep your knees bent, hands are next to your feet, and your feet are hip wide apart. Knees are in line with your ankles or hip. And then you kind of move from your knees to your ankle, stretching the lower part of your legs. And then stop with the movement. Bend your knees some more. Bring your arms next to your ears. And then push yourself into standing position. Back bend. And then coming into standing position with your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart center. Anjali Mudra is connecting all your body system, also body, mind, and breath, symbolizing forming a triangle, symbolizing and connecting unity, feeling as one. As you're standing, let's bring your arms next to your body so you're standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Lengthening your spine as you're standing and allow the spine to grow up toward the sky. Shoulders are in line. Whatever that means for you to be in line with your shoulders. Whatever feels right for you. Now step back with your right leg in such a way so as you have the stance, so you feel a gentle pull in the calf or in the lower part of your legs. Reach behind your back and reach for your forearm or hand, whatever feels better. And then hinge forward from your hip. As you hinge forward, look at your toes and align your feet so they're pointing toward the tip of the top of the mat, or the top part of the mat. Movement from your hip as bobbing gently right side and left side. As you do the bobbing or just movement, gentle movement, you can feel how your back is kind of contracting and relaxing. That's okay. So gentle movement. And then stop with the movement and then go into a rotation. So the left shoulder comes up toward the left side, right shoulder comes up toward the right side. So you're moving. Oops, right shoulder, left shoulder. Bringing in a little bit of movement within your spine. And stop with it in a neutral position. And then come up into standing position. Release your hand from your hips. Bend your knee as you raise your arm up, reaching upward. And then exhaling, straighten your knee as you bring your arms back, shoulder together. So a couple of movements. Allow your feet to be firmly planted into the mat so you're connecting with the earth minerals. As your arms come up toward the sky, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, allow the heart center and lungs to open. And let's then bring, when you have your arms up overhead and your left knee is bent, you may place the palms together to form a unity, and then slowly push your right foot toward the front, so you're standing in on both feet, equal weight. Arms are up overhead, head is looking ahead, eyes are looking ahead. And then go into lateral relaxation to the right side. Breathing in and out and feel the opening in and your legs contraction on the right side. Slowly come back to the center again. Take a breath in and out. And then go lateral relaxation on the left side. Feeling contraction on the right, opening on the opening on the right, contraction on the left. Slowly come back to the center. Bring your hands in front of the heart and then arms next to your body. So now as you have your hands next to your body, roll your whole arm and shoulder forward. That means the back of your hand is pointing to the side of the body. The shoulder blades are widened and your shoulders seem to be rolling forward. Now press your arms toward your midline, or imagine you're pressing your arms toward your midline. And then relax the shoulders. And allow the shoulder and hand to roll into its neutral position. So this is a latissimus dorsi, the muscle way in your back. Let's do this one more time. So allow the arm to be straight, Roll the arm toward your body so the back of your hand goes toward your midline. Shoulder opens up. Now this time, instead of pressing towards your body, try to imagine you pressing upward, actually like away. So you're trying to press away from your body, like upward. But you don't really use the action, you just use the muscles like you would move it upward. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and then relax, let go. Relax your hips, relax your head. Now form a V with your arms. So this is the trapezius muscle. So we're going to form a V with your arms, back down, toward the body, out and down. Good. Now imagine you have weight on your wrist. So as you move your arms up overhead, imagine you are feeling a resistance. So you just go a little bit with resistance, a little bit with resistance, and then slowly let go, release. Again, slowly raise your arm up. Imagine you have resistance within your wrist or arm, and then slowly let go. Bring it again next to your body. Take a breath in and out. Now bend your elbows, and you can have the elbows, the hand facing your body. And now imagine you're pressing with your elbows down towards your feet. Imagine again that there is weight in your elbows, so allow your fingers to be soft. It's just actually bending the elbow. And then pressing the elbows down toward your feet. And then let go and relax. Shake your arms out a little bit. Now, turn your head to the right side and bring it back to the center. Now turn your head to the left side. Bring it back to the center. Great, bring your arms up overhead, palms together. And again, let's go into a lateral flexation to the right side. So go into lateral flexation to the right side, noticing an opening on the left, contraction on the right. Breathe in and out, and then come back to the center. Take a breath in and out. And now go lateral flexation to the left side, noticing a contraction on the left, an opening on the right. Slowly come back to the center again. Take a breath in and out, and then bring your hands in front of the heart center. Allow the shoulders to soften. Arms next to your body. Just standing there for a moment in Tadasana, mountain pose. So now let's go into the dancer in a standing position of the dancer. So take your right hand and reach for your right ankle. If you need to, you can hold yourself on a wall or on a bed or a chair. Okay. And then bring your arm forward and holding it in that position. Concentrate and focus on your breath. And then release your hand and take a moment and stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. Now you can practice that on the opposite side. So you reach with your hand toward your left ankle. And then extend your right arm forward. You may lean a little bit forward. Look ahead. Breathe in and out. Stretching the quads. And actually open up your abdomen as well. And then release your hand and stand again in Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, feeling the strength of the mountain, feeling the connection with earth. Bring that in towards your powerhouse, the somatic area, right here, your navel area. So feeling the strength coming in. And as you inhale, you're inhaling nourishment. And then if you notice any tightness within the body, you can exhale it out toward the soil. Let's open up now your legs into a V. Bring your arms out to the side. Standing like in a 5-point star. Let's go into a moon salutation, which is going to be cooling a little bit to your body, but keep it balanced. So let's turn your left foot 90 degrees. Let's go into a triangle to the left first. So raising your right arm up toward the sky, the left arm comes down. You may look down or you may look up your hand, forward, whatever feels comfortable. Then slowly raise your torso up. Bring your right arm toward the left and then go into the pyramid on the left side. Slowly raise your torso up, coming back into a neutral position. Move your left foot forward, so you're standing again in the 5-point star. Move your right foot 90 degrees. Tilt toward the right and go into the triangle on the right side. Breathing in and out. Slowly come up with your torso. Bring your left arm toward the right. And then go into the pyramid on the right side. Slowly raise your torso back up. Come into a neutral position, the 5-point star with your both of your feet point forward. Then bring your legs toward each other. Swing your arms up overhead, back bending. And coming into a neutral position with your hands in front of the heart center. And then arms next to your body in Tadasana. Mountain pose. So let's do the sequence again. Inhaling, swinging your arms up overhead. Now add the lateral flexation to the right side. Coming back to the center, neutral position. Then lateral flexation to the left side. Coming back to the center, back bending, greeting the moon. Coming back to the center. And then bring your arms out to the side into the 5-point star. Starting with the left side. Let's turn your left foot 90 degrees. Go into a triangle on the left side. Breathing in and out, holding it. Slowly come up. Turn your foot forward. Oh yeah. So you're back into the 5-point star, neutral position. Let's turn your left foot back again into 90 degrees. Bring your right arm toward the left. And go into the pyramid on the left. Inhaling, raising your torso up. foot comes forward, so going back into the 5-point star. Breathe in and out. Now turn your right foot 90 degrees. Tilt toward the right side, going into a triangle on the right. Breathe in and out. Slowly raise your torso up. Then bring your left arm toward the right. And go into the pyramid toward the right side. Holding it, breathing several times. And slowly come up again, going into the 5-point star, bringing your right foot forward. Let's bring your legs toward each other. Swing your arms up overhead, back bending again, greeting the moon, coming back into a neutral position, placing your hands in front of the heart and arms next to your body. Standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. If you're not in front of the mat, I invite you now to go back in front of the mat. Let's swing your arms up and then exhale, go into a forward fold. Step back with your right leg and go into a lunge, lifting and bringing your hip downward. So you're stretching the front part of your whole body. I mean, at least on the right side. Lift your hip up, step forward with your right foot, and then step back with your left leg, allowing your hips to come down forward, looking up, and now stretching the whole left side of the front of the leg. Breathing in and out. Then come with your left knee onto the floor, step back with your right, and so you're on all fours. Widen your fingers again. Let's round your spine and arch your spine. And as you do it, adjust your body so you feel comfortable in the movement itself. Noticing the opening of the front and the contraction in the back, and the contraction in the front and the opening in the back for the muscles. Every time you move, you're bringing more fluid into your nervous system, into your lymph system, into your flow, into the myofascial system of the body. Just being aware and shifting your awareness of consciousness from unconscious to consciousness. So coming to a stop with the movement. So bring a little bit more weight onto your heels. And then stop and come back into a neutral position. Turn your toes under. And then again, bring a little bit more weight from the hip toward your heels. Getting a gentle stretch, a little stretch by your feet, toes. And come back into a neutral position. Flatten your feet. Lower, flatten or bring your spine in a neutral position. Now prepare to raise your knee out to the right side. So raising your knee out to the right side and then moving is straight and bending it. Or you can just hold it. Slower is more difficult to do. That's okay. And then stop with the movement. And then take a moment of a pause by bringing your hip down toward your heels. Again, you don't have to move your fingers at all. You can just bend your elbows, take a rest and breathe in and out. Then roll yourself or come back onto all fours. Prepare now to lift your knee out to the left side. Lifting your knee out to the left side. Movement is straightening it or bending it. And then allow your knee to come back onto the floor. And then again, bring your hip toward your heels. You can soften your elbows if you like, or just holding it in this position there. Just holding it for a little bit. Then allow your arms to come down onto the floor, your forearms to come down onto the floor, and walk with your forearm a little bit forward and walk with your knees to the back so you can rest on your belly. If you're still resting with your forearm onto the floor, you can raise your head a little bit, but it's more in the heart movement, being in the face. So that means your legs are toward each other. Your abdomen is soft. You can feel your back contracting, and allow your heart to soften and tugging that chin back, but not really. So we don't put no pressure on your neck at all. Breathing in and out. And then soften and relax and move your arms upward. You can rest your forehead onto the floor. And if it's difficult with your arms, I invite you to bend your elbows and rest your forehead onto the hands. If you have any kind of discomfort in your lower back or the hip area, I invite you to move a little bit your hip from side to side. It's like you lengthen your right leg and then you lengthen your left leg. And as you lengthen your right leg and the left leg, automatically your hips are moving a little bit. It's an automatic response of your muscle system, of the fascia system. Okay, automatic response. So start with the movement. Now I invite you to take your right arm next to your body. Turn your head so you're looking at your left elbow and your head is resting on your left hand. So as you inhale now, just lift the head up. Just lifting the head, the arm stays down onto the floor. And then as you exhale, slowly bring your head down onto the floor. So go ahead and do that about 5 times. So inhaling, raising your head up. And noticing the body's natural response. That means you're going to feel a contraction in your back somewhere. Just noticing where you feel that. Not exerting so you feel a discomfort, but rather just noticing the contraction and the relaxation as you bring your head down. The more awareness you can store in your brain or witness, the more movement you will be able to access in automatic responses. So relax your head up the 5th time and just breathe in and out. And you can, if you want to, just bring your head back into the original position when you have both hands touching and you're resting your forehead onto the floor. Now with both hands, again, resting onto the floor, just lift your head now and then bring it back down. Just do that 3 times, just noticing the contraction. And then as you exhale, you bring your head back down, relax. And then inhale, feel the contraction of the back muscle. Exhaling, resting for just a one breath. And then inhaling your head. And then bring it back down. Now again, bring your right arm next to your back body. Turn your head so you can see your left elbow. The head is resting on the back of your hand. And now as you inhale, raise your forearm and your head at the same time. And then as you slowly exhale, rest your body for a moment. And then as you inhale, raise your forearm and your head. It's like your head is glued toward your arm, or toward your hand, I should say. But noticing how the contraction is, that you can feel it diagonal. Can you feel it lateral? How do you feel with these movements? What do you sense? And then stop with the movement. And now bring your left hand up again and rest your forehead onto the floor. Now bring your left arm next to your body and rest your head looking at your right elbow. So allow your head just to raise first, 5 times. So as you exhale, your head comes down. As you inhale, you raise your head up and noticing the contraction on the right side. And notice where you feel it. Can you feel it on your obliques, the side of the body? Can you feel it in your low, small of the back? You feel it in your hip. You feel it in your abdomen. Just kind of take a note. Just raising the head. And then rest your head on your hand. That's okay, we're not going to rest too long, just one breath. If you need to, because you have tension in your neck and shoulder area, I invite you to bring your left hand toward the right and rest on your forehead. Whatever, follow your inner guide a little bit too on the resting position. If you choose to rest with your left hand on your left hand with your forehead, now bring your left arm next to your body. Rest your cheek, your head on the right back of the hand. Look at your right elbow. Now keep your hand glued toward your cheek. And then as you inhale, lift your forearm and your head at the same time as you bring it down onto the floor. So go slow in the movement so your brain can recognize each engagement, contraction, and relaxation. Again, this is not about how high you can raise it. It's more about your sensory. Deepen your sensory motor skills will give you more flexibility in the long run. So after the fifth time you made the movement, relax your body, and this time allow yourself to roll over onto your back. So roll over onto your back. And then once you're rolled over onto your back, reach for both of your knees and move your knee toward your chest. You can go into gentle rocking, comfortably bringing your knee toward your chest. You can go into a half circle, rocking to the right and left side. You can also move your knee in a circle with your hands. So just some sort of movement, following your inner guide again. What feels right? And then comes to stop with the movement. Straighten your left leg onto the floor. Allow the right knee to be in the height of your hip. And then move your right knee over to the left side, looking at your right arm. Take a couple of breaths in and out. So allowing again, twisting motions are releasing any stagnation within your abdominals, your rib cage, and your spine. Just a couple more breaths. Exhaling, sinking down. And then bring your right knee in its neutral position. And then straighten your right knee, bend your left knee hip height. You can use your right hand on your left knee, move it over to the right side as you look toward the left arm. On into a spinal twist with your knees to the right, looking at your left arm. As you exhale, soften your ribs so the shoulders can come down onto the floor. Giving your body the demand, the order to soften the shoulders. So you can say, soften the shoulders, soften your obliques. Allow that feeling the twist around your knee will perhaps you feel whatever you're feeling within your body, just relax into it. So ideally you have no discomfort with that. If you feel a discomfort, adjust your body so you don't have any discomfort. If that means not going that much in a twist, then that's okay. Don't go that much in a twist. So come back to the normal in a neutral position and go into Shavasana, meaning like both of your legs are straight. You can adjust your clothing and positioning so you can rest with ease and comfort on the mat. Allow your feet to be the outer edge of the mat. Palms on your hand can rotate up toward the sky. And focus your attention toward your breath. Allowing yourself to rest completely and surrendering to the earth. Allow the earth to be grounding and supporting for your physical body and emotional body, your energy body. So allow just all to feel really grounding to the earth. Allow your body to become heavy, sinking downward. As you inhale now, you can inhale vitality. As you exhale, exhale out tension or anything you want to let go or need to let go and want to let go. If you have any physical discomfort resting in this pose, exhale out the tension that you feel. Inhaling, imagine you're inhaling into that spot of discomfort, exhaling out into the floor. If you feel rested and at ease, resting onto the floor, use your breath to bring in more nourishment, vitality into your nervous system. So every time you breathe in vitality and nourishment. And include that nourishment even to go up toward your brain. That means every time you breathe in vitality, nourishment, whatever your brain needs at this time to function optimally, in conjunction with your nervous system, with your adrenals, with your lymph system, with your thyroids, and from the thyroids even going into your endocrine system. So with every breath you bring in, nourishment, using your potential of creativity, imaginary, inhaling all the vitalities. Exhaling out tension. As you inhale, you can say, I am, and then as you exhale, strong. I am strong. I am strong. Or I have the strength. Whatever mantra works for you. You can say, I have the strength to heal my body. I have the strength to heal my body. And whatever healing is needed, sometimes you don't know exactly what organ is deficient or what organ has access. But if you just all give the permission, so nature and you can provide the nourishment for your body. It's really an ancient healing art. Now stop with that image. And now take an extra breath in and out. Know that anytime you need to, you have access to your inner strength, access and possibilities of continuing sending your body energy for health and healing. So take an extra breath in, coming into the moment, moving your fingers and your toes, stretching your body, reaching upward. And then bringing your arms next to your body, bending your knees, and then go and lay on the side of the body. Any side is okay. And then push yourself up into a seated position. You may place your right hand onto the heart center. And we're going to end the session with a namaste. So take an extra breath in and out, and you may repeat with me aloud or quietly. And once again, with great respect and love, I honor my heart, my inner teacher. Now take a deep breath in and out. Sat Karanamaha Kije, victory, true, true.